Here we go. Hey guys, Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with a Loki breakdown. That's right. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you're having a good day. And I've been here trying to get this live stream to work. I always seem to have glitches whenever I want to do this, especially when I'm bringing in people and guests. So I do have Adam back here again. And Adam joined me, if you recall, for the last few Falcon and the Winter Soldier videos we did, and I had him come back so we can talk about the entire Loki series. We're going to talk a bit about what we think of it, perhaps where we think it's going to go, perhaps what from the comic book world they're going to be tapping into. So I'm going to bring Adam in just a second here. I'm going to find it. There he is. In just one moment. There he is. And hopefully you can hear him. That's the thing I am worried most about, because I have a feeling the sound's not going to work, but give me 1 second here. I want to see if... All right, Adam, I'm going to put you in now. There he is. How you doing, Adam? That's right, it is. We have one person watching right now. I think it's Wayne. And hopefully, we got a couple watching, actually. I'm hoping that they can hear you. So I'm going to look towards the chat. I'm asking the chat people if they can hear you. All right, Adam, I'm going to put you in now. There he is. How you doing, Adam? Yeah, Adam, the sound is not coming through. I actually checked right now. And the sound is not working. So unfortunately, while I wanted to have you here with me, I guess I'm doing this one solo because I can't get it working. I don't know what else to tell you. So I apologize. Perhaps we'll get you back another time. So we could do sign language or something, because no one can hear you except for me. Well, if you want to log in, you can actually come into the chat and help me out if you want to. I'll look for you. Okay. Thanks, Adam. Take care. Bye now. All right, guys. So anyways, we tried to get Adam working there. I kind of stunk. Unfortunately, I couldn't get, as soon as he logged in earlier, I was unable to get him the sound working. So we're kind of on our own. I'm going to try to get the chat window open. Hopefully there's some people there. We can, they can give me a hand and perhaps add your 2 cents worth in as well too, because I'd love to hear what everyone thought about the series. So let's maybe get to that window in a moment. But before we do, I can give you my 2 cents worth anyhow. These Marvel TV shows on Disney, if you listen to Adam and I talk about them a while back, we like them, but myself personally, I do like them. I don't want to nag on them or rag on them, whatever you want to say. I do like the series. I've enjoyed them up till now, all of them. I've really liked the Loki, the way it started out. There was a couple of things they did early on that I thought was pretty interesting. If you recall, when Mobius and Loki were having discussions about the variant group there, and they were, you saw the TVA, you saw Mobius's faith in that organization. It was like a religion to him. It was a diehard faith that he believed in, and Loki kept pressing him. But do you have proof? Do you have proof? And he kept, I don't need proof. I have the faith that what we're doing is right. Excuse me. And I found that pretty amazing. I really liked that they were delving into this whole idea of faith and religion in a way, and talking about that. And that, do you have to have proof to follow a religious belief, right? and having faith is important. So I thought it was pretty cool to have that. In terms of where they're going with this, and I'll talk about casting too. I really liked, of course, Owen Wilson and Hiddleston as Loki. Of course, are fantastic. I wasn't when I first saw, what's her name? I wrote it down here. I'm terrible with names. Sophia Di Martino as Sylvia. When we first met Sylvia, I thought at first I was like, oh, I was kind of, I don't know. I wasn't too excited about it. She grew on me, and grew on me very quickly. Actually, I liked her. I liked her a lot, and I actually also liked the relationship that her and Loki were on, and I kind of liked it. And spoilers, guys, we're going to talk about some spoilers here. We're gonna, I loved how they were matched up romantically, right? At first, it was kind of like, oh, are they going to be romantically together? That's kind of odd, isn't it? But then they went down that road, and I kind of liked that she was like a better part of him. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed that. And we see them, finally have that moment, that kiss at the end, which I thought was awesome. And so I did like that. I did not love the TVA. I did not love the actors and actors, mostly actresses actually, that were in that realm or in that organization. I did not like, and I'm not going to pronounce her name right at all, but the actress who played Ravonna Renslayer, I wasn't too keen on her, and I wasn't too keen on the actress who played the main Minuteman there. I don't know. I just had a problem with them. I just didn't find them intimidating at all. I didn't find them scary at all. I didn't find that they were villainous or imposing enough to and I had a problem with that. I don't know. I did enjoy the play with, I did enjoy the play with the multiverse, and which is, I think, exactly where we're heading now with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We already got a glimpse of it through WandaVision. We know that the Doctor Strange film's coming out, Multiverse of Madness. We know we got Quantumania from Ant-Man, which Kang is said to be the villain in that. And again, we're gonna be playing with time travel, and I think it's gonna get really, really bonkers. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Oh, Spider-Man, what do you call it? The No Way Home. I mean, same idea. I think we're going to have an issue with that. Hey, Adam. Yeah, you're right. They were all very different and very entertaining in their own way. I was talking about the multiverse angle. And, growing up reading comics, Marvel comics especially, I was always content and more content in Marvel because I knew where I stood. There was no multiverse back then. It was just the Marvel Universe, and it is what it is. And I always shied away from DC because I could never understand why there was this Superman and that Superman and a Batman, two different Batmen, and there were different Flashes and different Green Lanterns and Green Arrows, and it was mind-boggling to me as a kid. Now I'm talking, a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid. I had a hard time understanding how vast the DC universe was because of this multiverse in which the different Earths they had, the different, realms. And in Marvel, hey, Marvel eventually gets there too, right? They end up having their own multiverse in the comic world. Well, it looks like now we're doing it in the MCU. And what the problem I fear is that it's going to get extremely confusing for the average Joe watching these series. My kids haven't watched it yet. My wife hasn't watched it yet. I'm really curious to know what they think once this is over. Are they confused? I've been hearing a lot of rumblings of people being confused by the final episode. What the hell's going on here? It wasn't an action-packed final episode. It was almost like just a meeting of the minds. You had the two Lokis talking with, they didn't say he was Kang, but he's obviously Kang the Conqueror, about his origin, basically, and explaining how the multiverse works. That's a pretty big ask for audiences to all of a sudden now, oh, there's more than one Spider-Man, there's more than one Iron Man, there's more than one, Loki. It's mind-boggling. And it was mind-boggling to me as a reader And that's why I stayed away from DC Comics mostly back in the day, because I didn't get it. I didn't really want to get it. And again, Marvel has gone down that road. There's all these different multiverses in the Marvel universe now. And perhaps they're doing this because, and what do you think, Adam? Do you think that perhaps they're going to use this multiverse angle to bring in the X-Men, to bring back Tony Stark, to bring back the Black Widow? I mean, a lot of people online call it the Marvel Universe of fake deaths. No one stays dead forever. And let's be honest, we've had this conversation, Adam and I, before in our other videos. Are they ever going to actually, are they going to kill off, Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Tony Stark? It's so popular. And even if he says he's never going to do it, is he not going to do it? Chris Evans, is he not going to come back? Really? I have a hard time believing they'd stay away for too long. I put the chats online here, so Adam, when you can pipe up there, people can see your conversation there too. DC's continuity was such a mess in the 80s, they had to clean it up with the Crisis. Exactly. The Crisis event kind of wiped out all the multiverses and straightened it all out. And it kind of made things a little more straight and narrow for the average person coming in to this new universe, I guess it was. And perhaps they're doing that with the MCU now, only to bring in the X-Men or other characters, or bring back characters to start over again. I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is I'm excited for it, because I'm excited to see how creative they're going to be with it. Like all the talk of, Tobey Maguire coming back and all these other villainous characters from other cinematic universes coming into merging with this one. I find that fascinating and fun. But at the same time, I think it's going to scare a lot of people away. People are going to go, why in the heck is that Spider-Man now with this Spider-Man? They're not going to understand it. But I do believe that when it's all said and done, when the multiverse story arc is over, if Kang is the big baddie for this next phase, and perhaps he is, I don't know. Once they kind of solve it, and they close down, they streamline, they go back to the main singularity, does that mean everything's back to normal? What you get now is the right one. I don't know. It's interesting. Well, that's right. It does allow you to cheat and bring people back. Kill them off with less consequences. Exactly. And does that mean Thanos is going to come back too? Oh my gosh. Imagine doing that all over again. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, if you're out there listening to this conversation, what did you think of the last episode? Was it all you hoped it would be? Were you happy with the reveal of Kang? He was kind of like a Mr. Mixaplick, playful type of a character, bringing back a DC character here, but he was kind of like a little a playful, character in this, and I kind of liked that. I liked it because it's going to be a very different. We're going to see a very different version of him coming up. Obviously, at the very end of this, we see the comics accurate statue of Kang at the TVA. There, Loki notices it, and he realizes things have now changed. Those Wizard of Oz 3 fake characters are all gone. And now Kang has taken his rightful place, and he's not afraid to say it. He's not hiding behind these androids. He is actually front and center. So that's the Kang I think we're going to be dealing with moving forward. I do like that they're actually putting some meat on the bones of these shows, and that the characters and the consequences of these shows will have a dramatic effect on the movies that we're going to see as well. That is something I hope will happen. Yeah, exactly. So you do, well, that's the way it is with comics, I guess, Adam. They try one thing and then they go back into another, they go back and forth. Back to this Kang guy, he kind of reminded me in this version today. It's almost like that if anybody watches the Arrowverse Flash series, I stopped watching it I think I stopped watching it after season 2 or season 3. The Flash's friend there, Canadian actor plays him. I haven't watched it in a while, but there's that main doctor. He was Zoom as well, I think. But that actor, he played so many different versions of himself in that. He had nice versions, hippie versions, very evil versions. That's what I think we're gonna get with Kang. I think when you kill one Kang, another Kang is gonna pop up. So or maybe there's gonna be Kangs that are gonna be what do you call it? They're going to be allies and not villains, right? They can't all be bad. So that's going to be interesting as well, too. You need a big bad, Reverend. That's true. Yeah, Thanos was the big bad. I think we are going to see, again, I don't know if it's going to be Kang, though, to be honest. I have a feeling it's going to be. I'm very excited for, all the upcoming multiverse shows. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I hope Tom Cavanaugh, thank you. Yes, Tom Cavanaugh. I can't remember his character's name. Doctor. Oh my Lord, it's driving me nuts. But anyways, he was actually one of the best things of that Flash show. Actually, I thought he did a fantastic job. Variants, yes. What? Hey, Mr. Tuttle, how are you? I don't know. I think. What else did I write here? I just find with these Marvel shows, I'm always left wanting more, and I don't necessarily mean I need more episodes. I just want more from them. Hey, like today when I was watching it, I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, but it wasn't earth-shattering to me. It wasn't something, I don't know. I think I had more fun watching, Game of Thrones or even Yellowstone or shows like that where I'm just more vested in it. I don't know. These shows are just, they're familiar, obviously, and I like them. I'm not saying I don't like them, but they're just missing something. I don't know what it is. Perhaps when the movies come out now and the stakes that take place in these films are shown to us and we get to see the outcomes based on what these shows are giving us, maybe then I'll be a little more I don't know, into them. I know we're getting a season 2 of Loki, which is great. I guess I don't believe, and I don't know. I know people are seeming to like them, though. The critics do like these shows. I mean, that's a good thing, too. Fans do seem to like them. Critics do like them. WandaVision's nominated for a ton of Emmy Awards, including best actress for Wanda there. But I don't think she's going to win, mind you. But, that's a good thing as well. But, again, I just don't find the stakes are, I don't know. Adam says a leisurely pace, main story reveals could have been done a lot quicker. Yeah, I think if we would have gotten Kang 2 episodes in or 3 episodes in, we would have had more time with him. The reveals, and you know what? They all kind of did the same thing, did they not? Where the reveals were kind of, especially WandaVision with WandaVision and Loki, especially that whole, it was, Agatha at the very end. We find out she's the main baddie in this. And even her, like I said to you back when I was talking about WandaVision with my students, I found that that character was just the Agatha character. I just thought didn't bring any stake to it. I don't know. I liked it, but I'm just not thrilled with these shows, I guess. I'm going to still watch them. I still like them. I'm just not jumping up and down with excitement, about them, I look forward to them. I don't know. Don Cheadle got nominated for like 2 minutes. He was No, he was not. You're telling me Don Cheadle was nominated for that? Come on. For the Winter Soldier? I don't believe that. Is that what you're saying, Luke? You saying that Don Cheadle was nominated for his 2-minute performance in Falcon Winter Soldier? Because if so, that's bonkers. That is bonkers. But I got to check that out for sure. Black Widow is now out. I've got tickets to see it in the movie theaters on Saturday night. Very excited about that. That's crazy, Luke. That's nuts. That makes no sense to me. Anyways, I'm so excited about this. And I know what happens in this movie is gonna be consequential to the rest of the Marvel universe, and I like that. I just don't know if these shows are going to be as consequential as the movies we see. And I don't know, again, that kind of, I don't know, kind of bothers me. And another thing too, I brought this up with Adam last time too. I mean, why not have, what would really elevate these shows? And I hate to say this because I think it's very, giving the fans, fan bait, as it were. I mean, we love our Easter eggs. We love to see these characters with their other compadres from the Marvel Universe. I would have loved to have seen Thor show up. I would have loved to have seen one of these characters show up. You mentioned Don Cheadle in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Where the heck was he, man? He was in the first episode and that was it. Why didn't he pop by and help them out in the last little bit of that show? I would have loved, I know he would have stole some thunder, but it would have went a long way to give the fans that excitement. And I always said with the Marvel Universe, what I love about it and what the DC Universe is trying to do, but the Marvel Universe has figured out, I think, at least in the movies, is team-ups work. The Marvel team-ups work. We like to see these characters interacting with each other. So, with Loki, I know he's on his own in this place, and they try to do that with Lady Sif showing up and punching him and kicking him and whatever. But something a little more juicy, even like Anthony Hopkins showing up as perhaps as Odin or something. That would have been kind of cool. Stavros, don't worry, buddy. We kind of started a little bit late because we had some technical difficulty, and unfortunately, Adam had to leave us because I could not get his sound working. Very frustrating, very, very frustrating. But you can look up at some of the chats there and see what we're talking about so far. Favorite side character, Croc and Richard Grant's. Oh, yes. Loki. Classic Loki in the original comic colors. Journey to Mystery 83. Older, less pretty, jokey, and way more powerful. Yes. I agree with you, Adam. Richard E. Grant was and that was a great surprise. And not only was he dressed in that crazy, comic accurate costume, he actually was super powerful. And it's like he's lived the life. I could take these off now, I guess, because you're not here. He's lived the life, and he's older, he's wiser, and he helps that other Loki or Lokis, sorry, helps their plan be unfold, which is great. And Loki is your favorite villain, and you did not think they did him justice. Okay, well, why do you not think they did him justice, Stavros? What did you not like about Loki? You had a whole bunch of Lokis to choose from. At one point, I thought it'd be kind of neat. Now, this is kind of crazy. I really do believe it. I think I spoke about this on one of my other podcasts with the comic books. I talked about how Yelena Belova is probably going to become the new Black Widow moving forward. I think Scarlett Johansson's going to hang up the tights and let this younger actress kind of take over the mantle of Black Widow. I thought for a second there, how ballsy would have that been if they would have actually got rid of Middleton completely and made Sylvie the new Loki, like completely a new Loki. I think it would have angered a lot of fans, but I thought, that would have been pretty interesting. I did like her, and she grew on me. She really, really did. That first image of her, what the hell is that? I didn't like it. Everyone thought it was the Enchantress and all that sort of thing. And she might still end up becoming the Enchantress, but she grew on me, and the relationship grew on me. In fact, I heard another reviewer today was saying, and I thought this was pretty on the nose. He said that they did in 6 episodes, because this Loki that we have in this is the Loki that we have right after the end of Avengers, right? He didn't experience any of the other MCU movies, Dark World. He didn't experience Ragnarok. He didn't experience anything. And so he was a bit of he was a true baddie at the end of Avengers, and that's who we had to work with. But what was amazing was this series brought him up to date again. He grew in these 6 episodes, I think even more so than he grew as a character in Endgame when he sacrifices himself for his brother Thor. You know, he's right there. He's trying to be good. And so we in essence have the Loki we lost at the hands of Thanos now. Right? We got him back. Again, Marvel Cinematic Universe fake deaths. Hope season 2 of Loki will be more of a mischief. Yeah, who knows? I mean, again, I really think this one is establishing this multiverse. It's telling us it's the origins of this multiverse. I think the next 4 movies are going to be absolutely bonkers. I think Spider-Man's going to be bonkers and Doctor Strange is going to be bonkers. I would be surprised if Guardians is going to be bonkers. Well, it's going to be bonkers. Obviously, you've got Gunn back on that one. And Doctor Strange, I mentioned that one already. And Thor and Ant-Man, they're all going to be... Like, look, you have a female Thor coming. These are all going to be perhaps multiverse-centric films. And they're going to be wacky and bonkers. But I think, like Adam and I were saying earlier, I think it's going to be closed. I think it's going to... You know, they're going to shed all the crap, and it's going to be brought back to a singularity, to a fine single timeline where everything is going to be back to normal. And I think, speculation, I think that's where we're going to get the X-Men. That's where we're going to get Tony Stark back. And it might not be Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, right? I don't know if, Adam, I told you this or not before. I heard grumblings that they might bring in another actor to play Iron Man. Just like we had other actors playing Loki in this series, right? Wouldn't that be cool if, you see, a couple of characters we recognize and then another Iron Man lands, the thing opens and it's Tom Cruise and not Robert Downey Jr. Or it opens up and it's Leo DiCaprio or whoever, right? That could happen, right? That'd be pretty neat. And I wouldn't be opposed to that. And they start a new streamlined universe again. I don't know. We'll see. British actors as gods, always a slam dunk. Oh yeah, or villains like in or members of the Empire in Star Wars, right? Evil Loki, of course. Strange Tales 110. That's Ant-Man there. Yeah, right in time. Random Easter eggs, character twists. Ravonna is Kang's. It is. That's right. He is in the first Avengers appearance. Who's fallen into a coma, and his main obsession is restoring her. Right. So Ravonna is tied to Kang in the comic books. They are lovers, like you said. There are other things that are going on in the comic books too. There's different versions of Kang, is there not? Isn't Kang also an Adam? I mean, that's why I wish you were here, because you're the comic genius here. You know all the storylines, but isn't he not a future Franklin Richards as well? Is he not a descendant of Reed Richards? So could that be how the Fantastic Four is brought in as well? Because you have to ask, and people are always asking, well, how are they going to bring the X-Men in? Because if the X-Men weren't there, the X-Men would have helped during the Battle of New York, or the X-Men would have helped when they would have fought against Thanos at the end there. Yes. No, he's not. He's not Reed Richards' father. Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards. So Reed Richards is like his great grandfather or whatever. I don't know. Right? So, people don't. I don't know if people are gonna be happy if they just go, oh, the X-Men are here now. Look, the multiverse opened up, and the X-Men are here from this universe, and the FF are here from this universe, and their worlds were destroyed, so now they're on our Earth. That's a pretty convenient way of having those characters on our Earth. And I think that'll really cheapen those origins. I hope they don't go down that road. I hope they come up with something else. We will see. Has to happen eventually, but good luck to whomever has to go next. Maybe focus is shifted to the daughter of Riri. Yeah, maybe. Right? Is it Ironheart, I think? Also, and again, maybe Adam, you can clarify this, is there another version of Kang also the founder of the Young Avengers? Again, guys, I don't read a lot of modern comics, so all these new storylines I am not too familiar with. But I mean, that's another Kang origin. There are many different Kangs, right? One storyline implies ancestry to Doctor Doom, Immortus, and the Pharaoh. Ramatat. Yeah, I've heard that as well. So, yeah, there's lots to draw from with Kang. We can see all sorts of versions of Kang coming up, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Kang that is defeated or destroyed in one movie is resurrected in another, and then destroyed in that one and resurrected in another. That could be the way this character spreads from film to film. We will see. I don't know. I am not sure. Anyhow, if I didn't know you and I saw you on the street and you're, hey, should I watch this Loki show? Should I watch the WandaVision, or should I watch this Falcon and the Winter Soldier show? My response would be, yeah, hell yeah, it's good television. It's good. It's high quality stuff. But yeah. But I don't think you should go into these shows, thinking you're going to get, an Iron Man movie or, an Avengers film, because they just don't have that. They're just not that. They are introspective, smaller little storylines that help develop those characters a little bit more. And they're fun to watch. Are they the best thing on TV? No, not by a long shot. In Young Avengers, Kang becomes, that's right, Iron Lad, which is pretty cool. So again, lots of ties to the Young Avengers. And, we've talked about the Young Avengers already. We talked about, and Riri Williams, you're just talking about that. Adam just brought that up as a future Iron Man. We talked about Yelena Belova. We talked about, there's another one. Wiccan and Speed and, the Wanda's children. So, all these characters are coming about, and yeah, come on, there's going to be a Young Avengers series for sure. Something else I want to bring up really quickly, and I won't talk too much longer because I don't have my partner here to bounce ideas off of back and forth, and it makes it a lot harder on poor little old me, but is the What If series. It's coming out very soon, August 11th, I want to say, in and around there. Don't discount that as some throwaway cartoon. It's a Marvel Studios animated series, and apparently what we see in this series also is tied to the greater cinematic universe. So check it out. And I think the animation looks great. You also have the voice acting of many of the actors who we've already seen. I heard the late Chadwick Boseman plays Black Panther in it. You have, I always forget this dude's, I'm terrible with names lately, guys. I'm getting old. What's his face from Guardians? Wandu, the actor who played Wandu. I should know him. My buddy Andrew, Adam's friend, we interviewed him actually, but he's back to play a Ravager as well. So a lot of the actors, Agent Carter's back to play her voice as well too. So I mean, you have these actors. Chris Hemsworth's coming back to play Thor. So you have all these actors from the movies coming back to voice the characters they made popular yet again. So don't discount What If. Make sure you see it, and it does look pretty darn good. Think of the TV series as what happens between the panels of a comic. Yeah, and that's kind of what I said too. Michael Rooker. Thanks, Luke. That's right, Michael Rooker. Yeah, exactly, Stavros. It is kind of like what happens in between the panels of a comic, the side stories. But I just wish they were a little more, had a little more, oomph to it. I want don't get me wrong, there's been a couple of moments, like again, probably my favorite episode of all these Disney. And I'll ask this to all of you guys that are in here right now, which has been your favorite episode of any Disney Plus series so far. I think my favorite episode, I'm not sure what episode number it is, but it's Falcon and Winter Soldier, where the U.S. agent kills that guy. Where Bucky gets killed. Or not Bucky, you know what I'm talking about now. But Bucky gets killed, and then he takes out revenge, and he kills him, and everyone's videotape. That was an awesome episode. That left me with my jaw like... And that was the only episode that kind of wowed me like that. And that's what I want. That's what I want from these series. And maybe it's because they're Disney Plus series. They can't get too deep. I don't know. But I want to be wowed by it. If any of you guys ever watched, I mentioned Yellowstone. If you don't watch Yellowstone, Kevin Costner, get on there and watch Yellowstone. You're going to binge that sucker. Trust me. And even Succession's another good one. But if you watch Yellowstone, when every episode ends, you're wanting to watch the next one immediately and you're really amped for it. And then what happens at the end of each season has stakes and it's like, whoa, it's a punch in the gut. It almost reminds me of like Dexter. I don't know if any of you guys watch Dexter, the old, it's coming, I think the 10th season's coming out, but there's that one season of Dexter with John Lithgow, and John Lithgow played another serial killer. So Dexter was hunting him, and the Lithgow character figured it all out. But the way that episode, that season ended was mind blowing. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it yet. But it's like, holy shit. You just can't believe what just happened. And you're looking at your partner, and you're freaking out, you know, that sort of thing, right? And Game of Thrones had a couple of seasons, like a couple of season enders like that too. That's what I want. That's so much to ask. That's what I want from my TV. Even a shout out to the Wahlberg Planet of the Apes reboot with the statue reveal at the end to show major change has happened. Yeah, and you know what? Oh, it was something else. That you're right, it was. And that was a terrible, I hated that Planet of the Apes remake, by the way. But yeah, you're right. The statue kind of revealed it. And it also kind of harkens back to the very first Planet of the Apes with the Statue of the Liberty, right? In the Atlantic Ocean there. They both end with statues indicating that shit went sideways. Things went wrong. The timeline has been changed for whatever reason. There's another movie that kind of did that too. And it's escaped me now. The Blood on Shield, that gave me goosebumps. That was awesome. That was a great, and I didn't like that dude either. That actor there, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe wasn't Russell Crowe. It's here we go again. You know what I'm talking about. The dude who played, is it Matthew Russell? Is that his name? Or I forget. Anyways, yeah, I didn't care for him when I first saw him. Like, who the heck is this dude? This guy looks terrible as U.S. agent. But he grew on me. And that episode, I liked him in that episode, man. I thought it was good. Going back to what Luke was talking about, he was talking about, Rhodey coming in for that one episode and getting a nod, an Emmy Award nod for what? On screen for 10 seconds? What the hell is that all about? But why didn't he come back? Why didn't you bring him back for an end, have like a team up with the guys? It would have been great. Oh, I would have loved that. And I think the fans would have went nuts for that. And it would have made that War Machine character even more popular. Because let's be honest, he's not the most popular Avenger, right? I mean, he's there, but I mean, having him tied in with that, I think would have put more focus on him, more attention to him, and I think people would have loved that. And you to see the Iron Man armor come back again would have been cool. The blood on. Okay, I agree that they need to leave cliffhangers. Yeah, Wyatt Russell. Thanks, Adam. Getting old, man. I can't remember anything anymore. I tell you, it's all these comic books I'm pressing, and my brain's turning to mush. That's the problem. Yeah, I don't know. I just want more from these shows. Cliffhangers, whatever you want to say. Is it the writing? I don't know. There's a hell of a lot of stories to go on, and I just want to make sure that what we see in these... See, I can't see that Agatha Harkness. I can't see her being a big baddie on the big screen. I just don't see her having that kind of potential. I could be wrong. I just don't see it. U.S. Agent. I don't see him. Side characters, man. They're B, C, D tier characters. I don't think they're ever going to... I don't see these characters of being any consequence in the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe. I might be wrong, But again, Kang, we have a Kang. Kang is a different story, right? He's a big baddie with major roots in the Avengers lore. Issue number what? Is it 9? I think I got a copy actually. No, I don't have a copy. I sold my copy. I have a copy of the first Wonder Man, but I got rid of my copy of Kang stupidly. Yeah, I mean, that's a different story. That's a character that can really make some changes and differences. And we're going to see where it goes. So, you know what? Do I give the series a thumbs up? Yeah, I give it a thumbs up. Do I give it a really high thumbs up? No. It's good. It's fun. People are going to think I'm crazy when I say this. I think I enjoyed Cobra Kai more than that. Sorry. I do. I enjoyed the Cobra Kai series more. completely different type of series. But I don't know. I just enjoy the Cobra Kai series more than I look more forward to Cobra Kai. I'm looking very forward to Cobra Kai. I'm not going crazy in anticipation for the next Loki series. I don't know. I do look forward to the movies. Like I'm going nuts. I'm so excited for Saturday night to be in the Landmark Cinemas in Whitby there watching that Black Widow. And I almost broke down and bought it on Disney Plus last week, but then I found out the theaters were opening up on Friday. I said I'm holding off, man. Yeah. See, Stavros, you expected more too. I did too. I always expect more with these. I don't know. But then again, I expected more from my Star Wars. Look, I'm a Star Wars guy. Those Star Wars movies sucked. We gotta do a whole video on Star Wars. I know a lot of people already have done that, but I mean, they were terrible. They were so disappointing to fans, They were bad, man. They were bad. Just badly written, badly planned. I don't know. They watered down Loki, made him soft and humane. Well, I think they turned him into a hero, right? They turned him into a hero, and they did that because people like Tom Hiddleston. They like him. Thanks, Adam. I agree with you on that one. I mean, it's they've done that before with other characters. I'm trying to think of. Now, this is gonna be a really bad example, okay? Bad example. I didn't watch the series much, but I mean. Oh, the Power Rangers, right? You had the Green Ranger who was a villain at first. He was a villain at first, but then people liked him and he became a good guy. And we see that over and over. And we see it even in the comic books themselves. Think about it. Was Venom a bad guy or a good guy when he first came out? Venom was a terrible, terrible creature, right? It almost killed Peter Parker, took over Eddie Brock, almost killed Mary Jane. It was a vicious creature, a sadistic, vicious creature. And now, today's comic books, Venom is not a villain, right? The Punisher, 129 Amazing Spider-Man, when he first came out, he wasn't necessarily a villain, fully a villain, but he wasn't a good guy. He had, kind of a skewed compass, right? Moral compass. He can go bad, he can go good. And now the Punisher, if you ask, people were saying he's a hero. He's not a... he's an anti-hero, but he's a hero. You wouldn't see him as a villain. So, I mean, even like someone like the Sandman, right? He became a member of the Fantastic Four. So we see that time and time again, Stavros, where they take characters and they swap them from the bad, from bad to good. And again, because Tom Hiddleston is so well liked by the fans, they're going to, I think, give them what they want. And yeah, he's always going to be a little bit naughty. Right? It's Loki after all, but he's going to have, he's a naughty guy, but he's got a good heart. That's how he's going to be depicted. So that villainous, scheming Loki that you want, I don't think we're going to see that in the MCU. Not anytime soon. Cobra Kai, yes, it is. Introducing the public to multiverse and 6 episodes was a tall order. Damn right. It was a tall order, but they did it. I mean, they did it as best they could, I guess. But again, as I said earlier on in this episode, I think it's gonna scare the crap out of a lot of people, and some people are gonna be totally freaked out by the whole thing. They're not gonna be too happy with it. I think you're gonna lose some people. You might gain more. I don't know. We'll see. They ruined Spike in the Buffy. Oh, that's right, they did. I didn't watch much of Buffy, but I remember Spike. He had the white spiky hair, obviously, and yeah, and they made him a good guy. Right? And did they do the same thing with the other guy too? There was Spike and there was the other boyfriend she had. He had his own spin-off series, no? Again, I don't remember that show. Yeah, but I mean, that's what you're going to get now. If villains become popular enough, they become heroes and good guys. So that's what you're getting now with Tom Hiddleston. I guess you can look forward to maybe a Doctor Doom being a real badass. Yeah. I tell you, I would have scrapped that WandaVision. I would have scrapped that Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I would have much preferred to have like a 15 or 20 episode, not 20, but maybe a 15 episode Loki series where you had a lot more time to delve into this multiverse stuff. Maybe have a couple guest appearances here and there sprinkled throughout, have a real beginning, middle, and an end to this, because I mean, let's be honest, this show today also was left so open. Like nothing, what was resolved? Like what? Nothing was resolved. It was another episode. There was no, what? We saw Kang statue. Now we got to wait a year before we see the next, where we go with this. And will the movies not affect what we see in this series? I don't know. Angel, that's right. Hey, an ally pretty quickly, exactly. Yeah, Angel. So Angel was a bad guy too, became good. Spike was a bad guy, he also became good. Johnny there you go. Johnny in Cobra Kai was a bad guy, now he's good, right? That's what we do. Once the audience has been won over by these characters, they make them, redeemable. They have them become good guys, and it's kind of the way it goes. Until Dr. Doom starts a charity and save the world from world hunger. Hey, you never know. You never know. Right? You never know. Magneto, another huge one, right? Magneto was one of the biggest ones where there was that push, like in the late 90s, right? Where he all of a sudden became the leader of the XMen. And he became a good guy. The Magneto was a good guy off, maybe misunderstood. Well, he was looked at as a misunderstood villain. Now Charles is gone, and Charles wants Magneto to lead his X-Men. So he becomes the new leader. So we see that. It's not a new thing, right? So there you go. Anyways, guys, I don't know how long I've been on here for, about 45 minutes. So again, my apologies for the start of the show, that it was a little bit bumpy, a little road bump there. These live streams, I had it working perfectly the last couple of times. And then of course I go to use it today and it didn't want to work. And that's just my friggin' luck. So, I don't plan on doing a whole heck of a lot of these types of review type shows. Anyways, I might get on here and just shoot the shit with guys once in a while about, TV series. Maybe I'll get on here and talk about Cobra Kai when it starts back up again, or talk about old films that I like, I don't know. We'll see. I am a pretty big film buff. I know Adam is too, and television buff. I got a lot of friends that are kind of film buffs as well too. So you never know. It's something I do enjoy talking about and discussing, especially when technology is cooperative and it works. Having to kind of go at it alone. I don't love kind of hearing my own voice like this, but anyways, thanks for popping by. In case you're wondering, if you are comic book fans as well, not just movie buffs, if you're comic book fans, I have a new CGC unboxing video that's going to be posted on Friday. So if you want to get over, you can find it right now. You can you hit the remind button and you'll get a remind notification when it's going to start on Friday. And then a last minute decision yesterday over chicken wings with some friends that I haven't seen in a very long time. We are going to have a CGC and Raw book claim sale live from the Comic Doctor's office. Myself and Roy's Paper Heroes and the Bat Fiend and the Blade Man. We're going to bring a whole bunch of books in there, about 15, 20 books each. And we're going to have a claim sale starting Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram, not on YouTube, on Instagram. And so all you need to do is go over to Instagram and find me. You can see my right over. How can I do this? No, the other way. Right down there. Right down there at Comic Doc. That's my Instagram handle. You can find me there, and I'm gonna broadcast live from Instagram on Friday night. There's gonna be a lot of good deals. I'm telling you, the guys that are coming are very reasonable. We're not going to give comic books away for free, guys. No one does these days. But certainly we will give out some good deals where possible. I'm also going to have some comic book sets there as well, too, like sets of comic books for sale. A few, if that interests you as well. So hope to see you there. And until then, take care. And bye for now. Later. You're welcome, Chris. Hope you didn't get too tired of my voice. I know I did. Take care, guys. Have a great night. And get out and see Black Widow. I'm going to go see Black Widow on Saturday night. Maybe I'll pop on here on Sunday and we'll talk about that too. I don't know. We'll see. Take care, guys. Bye now.